A lot of the same teams, a lot of the same paddlers they'll be hurting going around in this one. Top, Alexandra Headland. Hopefully Avoca has a little bit more luck. What are we likely to see in this one?
Well, there's plenty of depth in this race, Josh, and plenty of speed as well. Look for Fitzsimmons and Matushka, the Olympian and the former Australian doubles champion in Kayla Matushka on their double ski from Avoca, and they will be very fast out of the blocks.
Hopefully they have a little bit better luck around the cans than we saw in that men's double there. Two boys in the drink, and we know these ski paddlers don't like swimming, and I guess a lot of them don't like running either. What's the theory behind the finish here? You don't have to usually finish with a run on the mixed double as they're off and away. And Mitchell Trim cops one in the face. He's on the KFC ski on the left-hand side, but the centre, that's Northcliffe, Nick Rogers and Danielle McKenzie. They've flown out in the centre, the South Australian on the front. They are absolutely putting on a clinic, and they are a full ski length ahead of the rest of the field.
They're setting this race up early, Josh, as we ride on board with Lucinda Kelly and JMO Porter. A little bit back so far, but it's Rogers and McKenzie who are setting that pace and really going away with it at this stage.
Did I see that right? Was that Lucinda Kelly on the front of the ski? Normally you've got the guy on the front, he's setting the pace, he's steering the ski. Did they put the girl on the front?
Yeah, JMO Porter, I think, likes to have the girls on the front, so he's got something to look at.
Well, boys will be boys, Jack, but I don't know if it's helping them at this point, because out in front, Northcliffe there and Newport in second place. So the real teams we thought would do well at the start have, and it's all about timing in this double, isn't it? They might not be the best two paddlers in the country, but you put them together and they get a bit of teamwork, and it's good stuff here from Rogers and McKenzie.
Well, they've really got that ski moving, as there's a bit of trouble around that apex turning can, Josh. They're making their way to it now. Our Aussie bodies turning can, and Trim is not making it easy for Rogers and McKenzie. He's right up under the shoulder, hitting their paddle, slowing the pace down, and allowing the back markers, the people in 3, 4, and 5, to come up into this race.
Oh, that hasn't been a good turn by Northcliffe on the striped ski. They've gone very, very wide, but that's allowed Alex to come up the inside, and I think Riley Fitzsimmons is really admiring our massive can there as he makes up ground on the turn as well. So a bit of trouble for these big doubles to get around our Aussie bodies turning can, and the race is on for home.
Well, it's a race in 3 up the front at this stage, Josh. Porter and Kelly have made their way up to Trim and Minogue, Rogers and McKenzie, and they're starting to drive for home. But it looks like Trim and Minogue at this stage, the locals have got the best of it.
Oh, have a look at that shot there. Paddles flying, water going everywhere. I wouldn't count out the 4 or 5 teams behind them. Freshwater starting to get into the mix at the bottom of the screen there. Manly's in there, North Bondi as well. Avoca, they're coming home very, very strong as we ride on with them. And have a look at North Bondi to the right of screen, get up in their business at the moment, so they stick their nose in there, and as you say, if you can't beat them, cheat them. They try and stop those paddles for coming through. And out in front at the moment, Newport, Trim and Minogue doing very, very well. They've pushed themselves into the lead for the first time in this race, and Northcliffe just looks like it's trying to hang on. Nick Rogers, Danielle McKenzie, they're doing their best. And is this one going to come down to a sprint finish as well, as Alex has made its way all the way across the field? They're now on the bottom side, so one of the girls on the front, and these teams will be starting to think about the sprint up the beach.
Well, they're starting to get real lifts on the way home now, Josh. The skis are up and running. Northcliffe have now hit the lead in front of Newport, so it's very close as Alex start to lift on one, Josh.
Oh, here comes a wave, here comes a wave. Northcliffe's into it as well, so will North Bondi. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the back, 3 on the front, a couple with a little lift. Look at Northcliffe go. Newport's decided to wait for it. I don't think that's the right move there. Northcliffe sprinted away. Mitchell Trim's up for Newport, but he won't catch Nick Rogers. Nick Rogers has a stumble. A couple more have a stumble, but it's all Northcliffe across the line. Newport in second. No, Riley Fitzsimmons from Avoca got second. He came from the clouds, so what a performance there. Who would have guessed it? He was almost last around the cans. He's finished in second place, but not good enough to beat Northcliffe A. Led from almost start to finish in a ding-dong battle with Newport. Freshwater North Bondi came from the clouds. Manly, Alex was in there as well, and Northcliffe B just didn't do enough. We'll take a look at the overall point score now, and Newport on top, Minogue and Trim enough to sit atop the leaderboard. Alexandra Headland, Northcliffe, Avoca, they're all in the mix as well. All the major clubs trying to qualify for our end of season grand final.